Mr. 7 and 5, can you do better? Welcome to the Voice of College Football as we break down each team in the Power 5 and give you our record prediction. When we get done, we're going to run through the conference championship games and set you up for the playoffs and national championship matchup. Last year we predicted Ohio State, Alabama with the Tide winning. I think that's what happened. All right, let's check out the Pitt Panthers from the ACC. When I said off the top Mr. 7 and 5, it just seems as though this program, since its heyday back in the late 70s into the 80s, has been 7 and 5, 7 and 5, 7 and 5 over and over. Typically 4 and 4 or 5 and 3 in the conference. Then they play a pretty difficult non-conference slate. In recent years, Penn State a lot, which they should play on a regular basis. UCF, Oklahoma State, teams like that outside the conference. So they have been handed some other losses outside of ACC play. This season, a lighter touch outside the conference, and Pitt may be onto something this year if they can navigate a difficult stretch mid-season. So first we check out the non-conference games, and we see a date at Tennessee. Toss-up game for the Panthers, taking on Josh Heupel in his first season at Tennessee, most likely with a new quarterback, although they may see a familiar face in Hendon Hooker in that game at Tennessee. UMass, Western Michigan, and New Hampshire should obviously be wins. So Pitt, at worst, should be 3 and 1 after 4 games, possibly 4 and 0 heading into ACC play. They go to Georgia Tech. That's not a gimme, but they should be a favorite, and if they're not, there's an issue. Same with Virginia Tech. Pitt's a better football team, but they're very comparable. This is what we typically get in the ACC Coastal Division. A lot of the same type teams between 5 and 7 and 7 and 5. Miami and North Carolina may distinguish themselves this year as they did in 2020, and that's what Pitt's got to face mid-season if they want to make a serious run at the Coastal Division Championship, as they did a couple years ago in winning the Coastal, and then the next season almost winning the Coastal. So you look at the results, and Virginia was the team to beat that year, and Pitt got it done. All right, mid-season, Virginia Tech, Clemson, Miami, I'm looking at as a key stretch and the most difficult stretch of football for Pitt, although they get Clemson and Miami at home. Later they get North Carolina at home. If they want to win the Coastal Division, they have to at least split home games against Miami and North Carolina. The Clemson game's not a good one. When you're in the ACC, you basically have Clemson on one end, and you've got Duke and maybe Georgia Tech, Syracuse on the other end, and everybody else is pretty much Louisville, Wake Forest, NC State. They're the same team. So Pitt could win or lose to just about any of these teams, looking at Georgia Tech, Virginia, those teams. Why the Clemson game matters is because of who you play outside the division. So everybody in the ACC obviously plays the in-division games that are the same, and they rotate against the other division. So the team that has to come up against Clemson is the unfortunate one, and it's Pitt this year. So the schedule overall, for an overall record upgrade, is favorable, but playing Clemson outside the conference, outside the division, is something that nobody else has to face in the Coastal Division. Outside of Georgia Tech, the poor Yellow Jackets have to face Clemson every year. Another fallacy in the schedule that we've addressed elsewhere. But the common opponent outside the division is Syracuse, so Pitt cannot complain, of course. Decent home stretch leading into November and December football with Duke, North Carolina, Virginia, and Syracuse. And again, Pitt needs to pick off either UNC or Miami to have a shot at the Coastal. I'm looking at 4 and 4. 4 and 4 in the ACC. I believe they get the win in Knoxville and have a clean sweep outside of the conference. So nice season for Pitt at 8 and 4, but just mediocre inside the conference at 4 and 4. Our thoughts on Pitt football, leave your comments below right here at the Voice of College Football. Like these videos. It helps the algorithm. It doesn't satisfy my feelings. It's more about the algorithm. So please hit the like button and share the videos out on social media. Let people know that we're here talking college football every day. Call-in shows, team-specific live streams, analysis, and predictions as well, of course, right here at the Voice of College Football.